Dear students, in this presentation, we will study the various input devices. The devices that are used to input data and information into a computer are called input devices. So whenever we need to give some data to the computer for processing, we use some kind of an input device. Some examples of the input device are keyboard, mouse, scanner, microphone, and so on. We will be discussing all these one by one in this presentation. So we start with the keyboard, which is the primary input device. It looks like a typewriter, and a standard basic keyboard has 104 keys. There are various types of keys in a keyboard, like the alphabet keys. There are 26 alphabets in English, so we have 26 alphabet keys starting from A till Z. We have 10 numeric keys starting from 0 to 9. We have symbol keys, which usually contain the punctuation marks, the other symbols like ampersand, asterisk, hash, dollar, rupee sign, percentage, etc. The navigation keys include the arrow keys. We have 4 arrow keys starting from up arrow, down arrow, left and right. Then we have the home key, end key, page up, page down. All these are the navigation keys because they enable us to navigate through the screen. Then we have control keys, which include control, alt, escape, Windows logo, etc. We have function keys from F1 to F12. The top row of the keyboard has the function keys. Then we have certain special keys such as enter, shift, caps lock, num lock, insert, delete, space bar, tab, print screen. These are all special purpose keys. Some keyboards have additional keys such as the music and other keys, and these keys, extra keys, depend upon the manufacturer. Such a keyboard is called an extended keyboard. There are various keyboard layouts. Majorly 4 keyboards are there: QWERTY, QWERTY, AZERTY, QWERTZ, HCESAR. The QWERTY layout is the most popularly used keyboard layout. This is also incorporated in the touchscreen keyboards, or we say the virtual keyboards, like on our phones. So Christopher Lantham Scholes is regarded as the inventor of the QWERTY keyboard layout. Keyboards are usually connected by PS2 port or USB port to the computer. Here I would also like to state that PS2 ports are not available these days. Owing to the high-speed USB port, PS2 ports are not used. Mostly USB ports are available for connection of the keyboard to the computer. Wireless keyboards are also available, and they are based on infrared or Bluetooth technology. The infrared technology uses light waves to transmit signals to other infrared-enabled devices. These are certain images of the keyboard, and you can see here that the alphabets here are Q, W, E, R, T, Y. That is why they are named the QWERTY keyboards. The top row has the function keys. These are the arrow keys, which we call the navigation keys. These are the number keys, and here we have alphabet keys, and then certain special keys like space bar, enter. These are the control keys, are all shown here in the image. Now we discuss the second input device, which is the pointing device. So input devices used to point and select items on the desktop using the cursor are called pointing devices. Some examples of the pointing devices are mouse, trackball, light pen, and joystick. Mouse is a handheld pointing device which is used to point and select items on the desktop. It works by detecting two-dimensional motion relative to the surface and sends corresponding signals to the CPU when mouse buttons are pressed. So you can see here the figures of the mouse, the images of the mouse. The mouse enables graphical user interface. By this we mean that instead of typing commands, we can use the mouse to move the pointer and select and point to the icons on the desktop. Mouse has 2 buttons. left, and right for cursor movement and allow operations such as pointing and selection of a new menu item. By the left click, we can select and open an item on the desktop, and by clicking on the second button, which is the right click, we get sub menu from which we can again select some operation. Again, the USB port is majorly used for connecting the computer with the mouse. Earlier, the PS2 port was also used for connecting the mouse to the computer. We can see here in the image, the top, this is the USB port of a USB connection of the wireless mouse, and here this we see the green thing is the PS2 port connector for the USB port. Wireless mice are also available to use. The top images of the wireless mouse. Then we discuss the joystick. Joystick is a pointing device. It is a stick having a spherical ball at its both lower and upper ends. The lower spherical ball moves in a socket. The joystick can be moved in all four directions. The function of a joystick is similar to that of a mouse. It is mainly used for computer-aided designing and playing computer games. Trackball is a pointing device. It has a ball on its top. The pointer of the screen moves by rolling fingers on the ball. The information on the monitor rolls when the user rolls the trackball. SPACEBALL is also a pointing device used for 3D computer designs, that is, a three-dimensional computer designs. A trackball is similar to a mouse, but the SPACEBALL is a 3D input device. The trackball can select, point, and open the objects by clicking on them, same like as a mouse does, while the SPACEBALL is used for rotation of the objects. More pointing devices like the touchpad and touchscreen are also used these days. Touchpad is generally used in laptops. Laptops have touch-sensitive pad instead of a mouse. So it is in the shape of a flat pad. The movement of the cursor on the screen can be controlled by rubbing finger on it. It is used to point and select items on the screen. The laptop does not come with a mouse, whereas we can purchase a mouse from the market, wireless or wired, and connect it with the laptop. But a laptop has a touchpad which works similar to the mouse. All the functions that can be performed with the mouse are performed with the touchpad in a laptop. Touchscreen. Touchscreen is a touch-sensitive screen and acts as a display as well as a pointing device. Screen can be scrolled by a finger. All the work done by a mouse in a computer is done by a finger in a touchscreen. A pen-shaped instrument called stylus can be used with the touchscreen devices instead of the finger. So, your mobile phone is the best example of a touchscreen, though laptops are also available and other monitors are also available with the touch screen, but all of us use the mobile phone. By rolling our finger, we can open some apps and we can scroll up and down the mobile screen. So that is why the touch screen is also considered as a input device. To take voice as input, we have another input device, which is the microphone. So it is an input device that accepts sound as input. It is used to record voice and other sounds into the computer. Microphone enables voice input for voice chat. It is usually embedded in devices like smartphone and laptop. Digitizer, graphing tablet, digitizing tablet. It is an input device consisting of a flat, pressure-sensitive pad on which the user draws or points at with a special stylus to guide a pointer displayed on the screen for converting analog data into digital data. It enables the user to draw images and graphics with the hand. A stylus is used with it to draw images similar to drawing with a pencil and a paper. They're also used to capture data or handwritten signatures. These are the images of a digitizer. It converts pictures, maps, and drawings into digital form for storage in the computers. The graphic tablet is also known with other names like digitizer, drawing tablet, drawing pad, digital drawing tablet, pen tablet, or digital art board. So this tablet that is shown in the picture can be connected with your desktop or laptop, and the stylus provided with this tablet, we can use the stylus for drawing or for writing, and whatever we draw or write on the tablet is available on the screen for display. It is also used as a teaching aid. Scanner. It is an input device that sends a copy of the printed text or images onto the computer. Scanners are available in two types, flatbed and handheld. Flatbed scanner is like a copy machine. It has a flatbed with a glass on which the document or the image to be scanned is kept. The device has buttons to scan document or the image. On the click of the button, a soft copy of the document or the image on the scanner is created and sent to the computer. So like we can see in the image below, this image has a glass and the document is kept on the glass, and the buttons here are pressed, and on the click of the button the document is sent to the computer. The handheld scanner. Handheld scanners are mostly seen in shopping malls for scanning price tags or barcodes, and hence are also called barcode readers. These scanners are also available in libraries which are automated and use library management softwares. These libraries use these handheld scanners or barcode readers for scanning the barcode on the books. So the handheld scanner has a set of LEDs encased in a small case. These scanners can either be wired or they may also be wireless. They are also called portable scanners. They are less accurate as compared to the flatbed scanner, and there is a limitation of the scanners, whether flatbed or handheld, that they are unable to process the data which is scanned. So the image that we scan, the data that we scan becomes an image, and we are unable to do any kind of processing on a scanned image. To overcome this shortcoming, there is a software for optical character recognition, which is a software that can be used to enable word processing on the scanned image of the text. These days, many apps like DocScan, CamScan, etc. are available in the Play Store that enable your mobile to scan documents and images in a similar manner like a scanner, like a flatbed scanner. Magnetic Ink Code Reader, MICR. It is an input device used in banks to process large number of checks. The check number and bank's code number is printed on the check with the special type of magnetic ink that is readable by the MICR, and hence it is also called the magnetic ink character reader. So we can say that this device, which is used to process large number of checks, can be called magnetic ink code reader or the magnetic ink character reader. And this process of recognizing the magnetic ink characters using magnetic ink readers is called magnetic ink character recognition. So here on the right side of the slide, we see a check, and down below the check we see some text written in the magnetic ink, that is the check number and the bank's code number. Down here is the MICR, which is the magnetic ink code reader. We put the check in this device, which enables processing the checks. So the bulk of checks can be processed in lesser time, which reduces the manpower and speeds up the work. Optical mark reader, OMR, works by detecting reflection. Black spots reflect lesser light than the white areas. OMR recognizes the marks made by pen or pencil. It is used for checking the answer sheets of examinations having multiple choice questions, and it is very useful in speeding up the evaluation of answer sheets. So on the right hand side, the top figure is of a OMR sheet, optical mark sheet. Now, as we see here, that every question here will have four options, ovals for the number of options available in the question paper, for example A, B, C, D, and the user is to mark the correct answer. Will mark with a pen or a pencil the correct answer, and that marked answer sheet is put in this device down below, which is the optical mark reader, and it will work by detecting reflection, and the marks which have been marked by the examinee will be marked as answers, and this is how it speeds up the process of evaluation and lessens the manual labor. Web camera is another input device used to input live pictures during chats and conferencing. Earlier, web camera was launched as a peripheral to be attached with the computer, but now it is mostly inbuilt into the system. Like we have embedded cameras in our mobile phones and laptops. So earlier we had to connect the web camera with a wire. These are certain references that have been used for the preparation of this lecture. For any other queries, you can contact me on my email. Thank you.